Hello and welcome to your next practical. This is for Year 8 Scone pizzas. In front of you is a method and an ingredients list. You can follow these ingredients lists, however you can choose your own toppings to do that to taste. For our first step, we are going to preheat our oven. So this is going to be at gas mark 7 or 210 centigrade. Our next step is that we're going to weigh out 150 grams of self-raising flour into a bowl. Once you've done this, reset your scales back to 0 and then weigh out 25 grams of butter or margarine straight into the flour. For our next step, we're going to combine the flour and the fat together, which is our butter. To do this, we're going to create breadcrumbs. We pinch the flour and the butter together with our fingertips and then rub them at the top. We don't do this too high, we just do this above the bowl. A good way to check that you've got breadcrumbs is to shake your bowl. If you shake the bowl, all the big lumps of fat will come to the top to show you they need to be broken down even more. If you shake the bowl and no large clumps come to the top, you have breadcrumbs. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is we're going to weigh out 50 millilitres of milk. Ideally, it should be semi-skimmed, but whatever milk you have at home is fine. You're going to weigh this straight into a jug. Once you've finished weighing out your milk, you're then going to crack 1 egg straight into the milk. You're then going to whisk this together to form a creamy mixture. It should be an orange tinge of a colour. You should be whisking for no more than 30 seconds. Make sure you give it a good whisk to incorporate the whole egg and milk together. Now we're going to bring back our bowl of breadcrumbs and have our liquid of mixture to the side. Now, first thing you're going to do is create a well with your finger. That's just a little hole in the middle of the dry mixture to create a well. Now, this is then our magic rule applies. So in food tech, you can add in, but you can't take away. So this means when we add our liquid to our dry ingredients, we should only add in a little bit at a time. We should incorporate it together, then add a little bit more. We're going to keep mixing and adding in our liquid until balls of dough start to form. When this happens, we're going to put down our spoon and then we're going to use our hands. We're going to incorporate the dough and get all the dry ingredients up. Now, you may not have to use all of your wet ingredients. Please make sure that your dough isn't too sticky. What you need to do is you need to have a ball of dough incorporated from the dry ingredients left at the bottom of the bowl. Keep squeezing all the ingredients together until you get one ball of dough in your bowl. If your dough for any reason is too sticky, you'll need to add extra flour. Likewise, if your dough is too dry, you will need to add extra wet ingredients. This will balance the dough out. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to line a tray. Now this can be with greaseproof paper or you can grease it with some butter. Now it's time to roll out our dough. So what we're going to do is we're going to lightly flour our surface just to prevent our dough from sticking. You're then going to roll it out. Here you can choose to do two different things. You can choose one to make a large scone pizza or two, you can make mini scone pizzas. That is up to you. What you want to do is roll it out to about 2 centimetres thick, so it's about the width of a pound coin. Once this is rolled out into your desired shape, we then get to start adding our toppings. Don't forget to also lightly flour your rolling pin. This is also to prevent any dough sticking to it. The type of dough we are working with is naturally crumbly, so do not panic if it starts to crumble apart. Simply squeeze it back into place and continue rolling. Once we have our desired shape, we're going to transfer it straight onto our baking tray. The next thing you're going to do is prepare your ingredients. Now here we've got a pepper, a mushroom and a tomato. You do not have to use these. You can use whatever you choose to. Here we're going to spend some time using our knife skills to prepare our ingredients. So that's slicing and chopping, ready for them to go onto our pizzas. Now it's time to start assembling our pizza. The first thing we need to do is we need to have a sauce. Now, you can choose whatever sauce you want. You might want barbecue, tomato, garlic mayo, whatever you choose. Here we are using a puree. This is because it is a thicker sauce and it gives it more flavour. So we're going to make an even spread of the sauce all around. Make sure you leave a crust around the edge for your scone pizza. Here you can now add any herbs. This is to give the base of the pizza extra flavouring. You're then going to place a sprinkle of cheese on the sauce. This is just to stick down any ingredients. You're then going to add your ingredients onto the pizza, laying them out however you choose to. Once that is done, you're going to then add another layer of cheese and any other herbs to add flavouring. If you're adding any meat to your pizza, make sure this is cooked off before it goes into the oven. Now we're going to place our scone pizza in the centre of our preheated oven. We're going to do this for around 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how well done you like your pizza. We're looking for a slight rise and it to be golden on the edges and our cheese to be fully melted. When taking our scone pizza out of the oven, make sure that you use oven gloves as the tray will be very hot. Place it on the hob to cool down and make sure you turn your oven off. This is our scone pizza now finished. Make sure you take pictures and send them to our Instagram. Also, enjoy your pizza.